A new year has begun, so happy new year and let's get ready! We need to practice, we need to up our game, so let's do a Chimley study. Let's go! Oh, and by the way, my name is Dr. Rocker. Follow me on Instagram, don't forget to subscribe, but now, let's draw for real!
Okay people, and we will start off with the Batman. This is a rather complicated pose, but we want to be ready for this year, right? So let's just go ahead and start with the line between the shoulder muscles. This is the first shoulder muscle. We will start with the left arm because this is the main focus on this drawing. And just to make sure that we get everything right, we will also draw in the big major muscle groups before we do something else. So we have something we can orientate on. The hand is a little bit bent like this, just like that. And we can already see it's the right angle. And what's very important is to get the head on the right position. The head is almost touching this shoulder, so we need to make sure that this shoulder is the right size, which should be about this size. Okay, this is the shoulder muscle. Not important now actually, but just wanted to check it out. Okay, so the head should be about here, like that. The middle of the head is here. It's a little bit small, so let's just join the main features real quick so we can see where everything needs to be, and if the proportions are about right. Could be a little bit bigger, but we need to go bigger in this direction anyway. And we can also see a bit of the neck, like that. Also very important. And yeah, the other shoulder is at the end of this line, of course, which means it's concealed by the head a little bit, but not all of it. And there's the chest. And the other arm is pointing in this direction, and only the forearm comes out here. That's the forearm and the fist right there. There's the thumb, and then the rest of the hand. And here, what's very important to get right is the big neck muscles of the Batman, which means there is our spine, like this, because we can see the back actually. And you can see that the spine would, not the spine, the middle of the torso is right there, like that. And it kind of makes a bow like this. So. And this rounds very nicely the shape of everything. Very, very important to get this right. And very nicely to be seen because of the belt, the utility belt of the Batman. You can see it's really round like that. Make sure to make it like that, so it's got the right angle. And the middle of the chest is here, and the upper body is almost straight, but there's a little bit of a bow, I guess. And this is the big muscle right there. So we know this is the middle of our crotch. And on the crotch there's also a foreshortening already to be seen. And here we have the beginning of the legs. I think those are a little bit too small. I need to get a little bit broader, like that. Okay, and the right leg is here. So the right leg is here. There's very nice muscles. I'm looking forward to draw those in. He's not as big as you might think because he's also a little bit foreshortened, although he's pointing about to us. And there's the upper leg and the boot right there. He always draws nice boots, Jim Lee. And the left leg is foreshortened a lot, but still very thick here. Jim Lee draws very thick legs all the time. That's a little bit kind of his trademark, for me at least. And I might have already made a mistake. It might even be more foreshortened. Yes, because when I draw a line from this is the knee. I draw a line up there. No, I'm good. It just looked wrong, but I think I'm good. I'm in the ballpark. And there is the other foot. Okay, and what I really want to focus also on this one is those beautiful leg muscles. There's the knee, it's like this, in like two shapes. Jim Lee, when a person is standing, he likes to draw a knee like this. Those are his knees. And you can see, even in the bent version, he stays true to his way to drawing knees. This is our big muscle from the upper leg. With some extra muscles, and there is this cool one coming out here. That looks cool. And the muscle is kind of divided right here, but he only shows it a little bit. And there's the other way, the other side, like that. That's a cool leg muscle right there, don't you think? And all the other things are not as important anymore, I think at least. He didn't really draw in the muscles in here, but I would go ahead and I would do it like here. Because why not? Should look like that. Okay, here's this one. So what's also interesting are the shoulder muscles coming in right quite a bit in here, and there's a lightning thing, there's a light coming from this direction, but the tricep is drawn in here extra. Looks pretty good. And yeah, what's also crazy about his anatomy is we can actually see the chest muscle here. I wouldn't have done that, but it's right, and it looks really good. This is the chest, and here is the stomach. Stomach like that. Some stomach muscles, of course, they are very narrow because they are foreshortened. These fellas, something like that. And just to make sure we get it right, the eyes are about here, and there's a space of an eye in between the eyes, about, it's a little bit more usually. Okay, and we are almost done with the first one, which is a very nice one. I really like the pose, it's very powerful, but still you can see so much of the person that it looks cool. Because very often you have very powerful and dynamic poses, but they don't look good actually. They actually don't look good, and this is a big problem for me. Because it might look cool, the pose, but you can't see any of the cool looking features of the character, and this is a loss. But not in this one. This one's really great. Of course, the bat ears. Don't forget the bat ears. and we immediately recognize the guy. Really cool mouth there. I messed it up. But this is about the gestures, so. But no, I'm sorry guys. I can't let him have a look like that. Let's just focus for a second. There's the middle. From the middle of the mouth, there's actually a bow like that. And I messed it up again. It's the first one. I'm allowed to mess up a bit. Sorry guys. Okay, and here we have the first dude. You know what? Let's just join some of those muscle shapes. They're actually very straight. He does very straight muscles on his forearms, but it works. Something about that. And yeah, since it's a Batman, let's just join these as well. Okay, so cool looking Batman. I hope you get along. I hope you are able to draw along properly, and you will learn a ton out of this study. So let's move on to the next one. And the next one is also the Batman, and you might think that this is easy, but believe me, this will not be an easy one, because it's the Jim Lee thing, and you might think this is a little bit a boring pose, but it has Jim Lee written all over it, and I love it, so we will do that one. We will do some help lines for this one. That's the middle, and you can see on the drawing, it's a little bit. We're looking up to it, so the head is way farther apart from us than the legs, and you can take a look at the crotch area, how big it is compared to the leg. So there's a lot of foreshortening going on, but it's kind of a subliminal foreshortening. So that's what makes it difficult, and there's foreshortening in this direction as well. So let's take care of this. We will start with the shoulder right there. Shoulder and a big arm in this direction. And from here on, we will try and get this foreshortening on the chest muscle right, because this side is smaller than that. And these things are what keep me up at night when I want to figure it out and it doesn't work. But we will make it work, hopefully. If not, that's okay. Then we'll get it the next time. That's how it is. It's already too broad. Okay, let's focus on the gesture more first. So this. Then we have the second hand. The second arm is here. It's about. Let me just join this fist first. It's about. Should be about the same length right here. So I'm off. I'm off quite a bit. Okay. Then we need to, you know what? It's easier to join the arm first. I like to use an arm for a landmark. Then everything is a bit easier. Because I'm used to drawing, I'm not used to drawing just gestures. I'm not just drawing stick figures. I'm drawing real figures in my drawings, and I know where stuff goes from starting off from different areas, and I don't know where the chest starts from this area here, which I use for creating the whole figure, but I know that the chest starts here from the bicep, so that's why I like to draw in the bicep first. That's just my way of how I do things, and it works for me, so that's how I do it. But I would say give it a go as well. So you can see pretty big legs, but still there's a bow like this, still foreshortened as well. And I tell you that this is harder than it seems. I mean, it would be very easy if I would have to just draw this thing on my own, just like, yeah, take a quick glance at the pose and then draw it. But really trying to capture the essence of what Jim Lee did, not so easy anymore. At least not for me. Although, you know how it is, if you draw a lot, you have your own style choices you make, and it's not so easy to lose enough of those to work in another style. This chest muscle is too big here. We need to tone it down, which means we also need to tone down this one. I will even use an eraser to get this right. And so you can see immediately we have gained a lot of foreshortening again. And the head is very cool, very Jim Lee-ic, because very often in his drawing, and if you want to imitate Jim Lee, I guess that's a very important thing, his figures, he's mostly drawing heroes, like heroes, and his figures, they look up very often, which is very good to be seen, especially on where the ear is compared to the eyes. Because here is the line for eyes, here are our eyes, like that. Let me just draw in the eye and the other one. So these are the eyes, and the ears are way down there. Of course, you know where the ear belongs, because that's just the way it is when you look up, but that's something Jim Lee does a lot. It looks very cool. I should do these more as well. I like it very much. And of course, just a short forehead because he's looking up. Then we have the mouth, grim face, and of course, since he's looking up, you need to make sure that he has enough chin, but it goes like that. This is the curve when somebody is looking up. And I drew in a big ear, but it's not as big with the Batman because he has his suit. But it should be about that, I guess. I hope I'm right here. And this is the neck already. It's a little bit hard to read the original drawing because it's so scribbly. But I wanted to give it a go. This should be here because this is from the ear, the muscle goes down right there. And of course, the neck muscle. I gave him a bit of a too long neck, as you can see, but it still looks cool. And the head might be too big, oh my. Not the best one, but I'll leave it there because we don't have any time, we need to move on. You can do it properly. You can do it better than I did right there. But I guess we captured the thing I wanted to capture. Fist. Complicated fist in this angle, but a good one. And I guess this should be the tricep a little bit. It's very white in his drawing, but it should be seen here. And also, sorry, just adjust this fist a little bit more. There's the knuckle. It goes in here. There are the other knuckles. Cool pose, really cool pose, but a tough one. And you know what? Just because, let's draw in some ribs. Very cool drawing. Okay, next one. Okay, I love this next pose. This is the Superman, and it's a really vicious one, very muscular. And I will try now to get the essence of the drawing. So, very big shoulder muscles. He's coming out of hell. I think it was some sort. It was a cover, and I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was a cover for a big one. I don't know, the 300th issue of Superman or something like that. And wait a second. It's not easy to concentrate on talking to you guys and drawing decent. But anyway, very cool cover, and the Superman sign is very simple in this one because it was printed in like a really nice reflecting way, like a sticker on it. Looks really cool. I don't have it, but I've seen pictures. Let me know if you have that issue. Okay. I've seen it in my Icons book. I have the book called Icons. Oh my. I'll be right. No worries, I'm back. My wife got some mail, so I had to open the door. Because they are outside, the kids are playing in the snow, and my wife is tending to the horses. So, let's work on this Superman again. This shoulder needs to be bigger. It's really muscular, this one. But very cool. Very untypical pose, actually, for Jim Lee, kinda. Because he's looking so vicious. But he nails everything he does. He's such a great artist. Okay, the head needs to be about here, I guess. Well, let's make sure he's not up too much. I guess actually he would be a little bit more up there, but I actually like it better that way. I'll do it like I want. Okay, up. Where are we? We need to figure out this area. Not so easy. There's this leg. Should be a bit bigger. And the other one is pointing towards us. We have to make sure that, let's see, yeah. What's very difficult with Jim Lee is the shoulder muscle and the bicep. Sometimes they are just like one. He has such a crazy anatomy. Look at that. It's like here, like this is a muscle, and there's the other muscle, and something around these lines. There, of course, is the chest muscle. And here's this one, and there's bow in this direction, not straight, but a little bit back. And so we know this is the space we have for where the leg comes out of the figure, which means about here should be our leg, pointing straight at us. There's the knee. There's the knee and sorry. There's the knee and this is the lower leg. There's this muscle. Just do a circle. This could even be bigger, I guess, because it's way nearer to us than the other part of the character. This is the foot. Is it in the picture? Yes. I can see it on my screen of the computer. Okay. Just to clear this out a little bit, I want you to see the help lines, but it's a little bit too confusing when there are so many. Okay, there's the other leg. There would be the other knee. He didn't draw this one in, but we will. Just like that. Could be smaller, since this one is straight down. It could be smaller, and I guess he would stand like this a little bit. If you want it for shortened, you need to draw it smaller. Not as important right now. Who wants to focus on drawing feet? I sure don't. David Finch always makes fun on how he doesn't like to draw feet, but nobody does. They're boring. Maybe if you're a foot fetish or something like that. Not the case. Okay. Here we go. I can hear a door and there might be some noise in a second. Sorry for that in advance. Kids are coming in. Okay. So, these are the legs. As you can see, I made a bit of a mistake. I just did this quite straight, but actually, I will fix it. Actually, Jim made it point out a little bit. The middle of the leg is here. And this makes it way better. There's a little bit of a twist in here, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's see if I will be able to finish this without the kids coming in. This is all very dark, but still, and this is interesting. This is actually, I would like to go in this direction. But let's just try and get in some muscles here. Sorry about the screaming. This is a big one. Okay. I will lighten up this a bit so I can show you how we drew the hand. Sorry about the mess. Come on, kids. This is a finger. Let me just draw this. One hand. Kids, please. That's how I have to work all the time. Most of the time. People ask me so often, how long did it take you for drawing this and that? I can't tell, because I can't finish anything in one sitting. Always the kids. At some point. So, oh, I guess they went out again. Went outside again. Pedal to the metal. It's a new year. We need to focus and use the energy of the new year to get better at drawing. I will focus a lot on getting better this year. I will do less YouTube content and more Instagram content because, like I just said, I want to focus even more on getting better, and it's easier with Instagram because I can still try and feed you with stuff. You guys, I will do a lot of tutorials on Instagram, and that's still a lot. Still a lot for you, my friends and fans. But I don't have to work so much on editing the videos and stuff like that. Doing a video is way more work than doing a drawing, of course. So sorry about that in advance. I will do videos regularly, but not as much. I will focus on drawing more, but you will hear a lot from me still, I promise. I hope you guys all have Instagram. Very important. You can see on the Batman here, I told you the ear is so much below. This one is up here because his head is bent down a bit. Okay, that's a very important landmark for the Superman. Just sketch in some hair a little, and the jawbone needs to be here. This one is looking way too young, but we will change that. Very interesting face. Everything's very interesting when it comes to Chimley. At least for me. I'm not too familiar with his way of drawing. But you can see it's a really cool pose. The tricep needs to be even bigger. Look, actually, this is the tricep, and then he has a straight line till here. This is crazy for me, but I learn a lot as I'm doing this. That's actually the main reason I wanted to do this. I wanted to learn from the master Chimley. But I will also do another study stream of David Fincher's work, which is more my ballpark. It's easier for me because I learned so much from him already and I prefer his style. But it's also very important to branch out and try out other artists. Okay, next one. For the next one, I want to do a female character. Let's do Wonder Woman, because Chimley does an amazing Wonder Woman. And yeah, this is a very cool pose. And I don't draw women a lot because you guys seem to like the male characters way more. And I actually like to draw male characters more than female ones. And again, the door goes open and the kids scream around. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, you can see that's a good way to structure a woman. At least I like it that way. Like here, the hip needs to be broader. Of course, they have broader hips. And in this case, it's easier to start off with the legs. I need to press a little bit harder so you can see better. that's the other thing. I just have to do a drawing for Instagram. I can draw however I like. Don't have a camera in my face. But don't get me wrong, guys, I will do YouTube. I will stay true to my channel. I will be here for you guys. Just a little bit less this year. Want to grow Instagram. Okay, there we need the shoulder. This one's concealed behind the shield, but I guess that's okay. There's the other shoulder. You know what, actually, the upper arm is way too long. I'm sorry. It's more like that, I guess. Okay. The other arm is here. Can you see properly? Yes, you can. And for the boobies, usually, in this case, I would say we just draw a circle. And a rule of thumb, usually, if you make them bigger, as you would think, then they might look better. No offense, hopefully, to any of the women here, but if you draw boobies, they look better, especially on the heroes, if they're a bit bigger. Okay. This is interesting. There's, from the chest muscle, we have this thing right here on the arm. Protrudes on the arm. Works pretty good. But you know what? I don't like this area. I got off a bit with the boobies, and I think she's a bit too muscular for my taste, so let's tone it down a little bit. Because there's a bit of upside, so maybe not as big, the boobies, I don't know. But I made a mistake. I guess this one needs to be right here. Okay, that's better. Okay, and we have a really nice and long neck. The middle of the neck would be about here, because this rounds up here, which means that's the neck. And again, she's looking upward, Jim Lee style, which means there's our jawbone. Also here on the other side. Let's just draw in the head real quick. And also, since she's looking up, the eye line needs to be up here about and going down there, so we can know where the ear has to be. Very, very low. There's one of the eyes and the other one. Good cheekbone. Was a little bit much. I'm using a 2B pencil, by the way. You can also use a harder one. But with the 2B pencil you are very fluid. At the same time, details like these, the 2B pencil is not the best choice for those, because it's not so easy to do a lot of details. But this is about gesture drawings today mostly, so I will not change up the pencil now. I will stick to this one. And it works. It works anyway. So okay, so she's looking up. I want to draw this in a little bit more properly. Here's the thumb and the hand holding a sword. There's the sword, just real quick. And this hand is a little bit bent backwards, where she holds the shield, but I will just do the arm, because we need to know where everything is actually. The arm and the hand. I really like this portion where the leg is has this nice twist. And this one needs to be longer. Or no. No, actually it doesn't have to be longer because it's foreshortened. It needs to be a bit thinner. Because I'm drawing her without the boots, which means I need to go a little bit thinner here. Yeah, now you see what I was talking about? Now it looks better because it's foreshortened in this direction. So okay. Here we have our Wonder Woman. You know what? I should draw in a little bit of the hair. It's very windy, so but there is still some hair on here, like these. And the major form of the hair would be, let's just start off with one of these, so it looks very dramatic. And there's a big form, and the other big form it would be here. And another one down there, about that. And you can do some extra, let the wind blow through her hair like that. That's cool. Wonder Woman is a really cool character. And that's all we need for today for her gesture. Let's move on to the next one. And we will do another female, and I really love this pose. It's Wonder Woman again, and it's really such a cool pose, so I might even steal it in the near future for a cool drawing because I really love it. Look at how dynamic this looks, and still, like I told you earlier, you can see all of the important features. It just looks cool. So we will start off here with the legs again. There's our oh come on, I can't remember the names. The hip, oh my, couldn't think of the word hip. I guess I'm a bit Corona fun because we had Corona again. Second time not long ago, although I didn't really have any symptoms other than a little bit of a sore throat, but that was it. So I'm very glad. I feel like I mastered Corona. My wife wasn't so fortunate. She had a big cough, very long lasting. Yeah, was not so nice, but she's over it now as well. This one needs to be longer. This is such a cool pose. The legs, like this. Okay. What's your favorite book from Jim Lee? I guess mine is Batman Hush. That was a really cool one. I was thinking about using a book to do this, but then I thought it might be easier to see for you guys. Oh, very important by the way, this shoulder is very up high, and there's a lot of foreshortening, more than you would think, in the upper arm, just like that. Yeah, I was thinking about doing this with a book, where I lay the book down at the side, but first of all, it's very hard to be able to do a proper video where not everything is how can I explain that in English? When there's a book lying next to me, there will be a lot of reflections from the lights. It's a little bit hard. And especially with the big books, it's even worse because this is foreshortened, by the way. It's even worse because the images might be very small a lot of times. So I thought I'll do the extra work, mail me those images, and I'm drawing from them from the iPad. I have the iPad in front of me and drawing from the pictures I got from the internet. I just googled some interesting Jim Lee poses where I thought those might be interesting for you guys and also for me. Like I said, this is very much for me, the whole thing we are doing right here. I need to clean this up a little bit. So, okay, this is a very cool pose, and now we need to do the head. Belongs here. There is our collarbone. That's cool. That's the collarbone right here. And the head goes like this. This time it's very straight. She's not looking up. If anything, she's looking down, but not really. She's looking up to a villain, but only with her eyes. They are like this. And she's angry. You wouldn't want to get in a fight with her when she is looking like that. Make sure not to make too much of a bow, not like this. Doesn't look good. There's the nose. Okay. The neck might be a little bit long because I just made the chin shorter, but I don't mind that because I like long necks. On male and female characters, I think it looks cool if the necks are a bit longer. I don't know why. And just for the sake of it, we will also draw in some hair. So there's, well, you know, she has this thing right here, but I will just draw the hair. So there's a big one right there. It's kind of an 80s vibe. That's a little bit too much. Like that. She really has a lot of hair. Let's do a big one here and a big one here. Like that. And I need to erase that because otherwise it's too much 80s style. I don't want that. Although it's cool. I like the 80s. Okay. And I need to get rid of this. This doesn't look good otherwise. Yeah, and actually I want to draw the hair a little bit different. Just with some... I think I don't like it if there are too many locks on Wonder Woman. But we're not here about the hair, so that's enough. Cool one. Next one. Okay, and now we will do a tough one again. It's Superman, but coming at us. Which those are always quite hard to do. But we will manage, people. We will manage. Let's hope so. Okay, this is very, very crazy. Look at the shoulder. The shoulder is here. The upper arm is very foreshortened and a little bit coming down there. And also there's the forearm extremely foreshortened. And there's the hand. And the hand is looking up. The hand is looking up, man. That's not proper English. I'm sorry about that. But I guess you know what I mean. There's the thumb. I know I could do the gesture first, but I want to see how this works out now. There's the thumb, and there are our knuckles. This is a knuckle. So there is a finger. This is really hard because they are so strongly foreshortened. There's a finger. There's a finger. Well, look how far this one needs to stand out. There's a finger. And there's a finger. This is crazy. Man, this is crazy. But I guess it works. It's not very nicely drawn, but I mean for me, not the original. But I guess it works good enough. Okay, let's just focus on the overall gesture now. So, like I said, this is a really crazy way to let the shoulders stand out of the overall chest. And from here on comes our chest. Our chest out. Okay, let's see. This doesn't seem right so far, but we will get there. The other shoulder needs to be here, just to be clear where everything needs to go. There's a lot of foreshortening in the other direction with this arm. And it comes back to us right there with the other hand, which we will draw later. I want to see if the gesture is working first. So there's the relatively big chest muscle. There's the chest, the overall chest. And the stomach muscles are foreshortened quite a bit. This is the middle of our upper body, but the middle line of the chest would be about here. Like that. And there are stomach muscles. Very foreshortened, of course. And this is the big muscle right here. And here is the belt already. Those are a lot of lines. I hope you can read them. Try to press hard enough so you can see it properly. There would be our ribs. Just as a landmark, he didn't do him in like that, but okay. And the right leg is a little bit smaller, of course, because he's further away from us. And this one is extremely foreshortened. I like this muscle. How's it called? From the lower leg. I don't know. In German it's called Wade. I don't know the English word at the moment. I knew it, but I forgot. Let's blame Corona. Again. Okay. Very big head. Tilted sidewards. Because, of course, the head is very near to us. I guess this doesn't work too good, right? The head is too big compared to the chest. Don't like it as much, but maybe it works. Okay. Anyway, there is the other hand, which is even crazier than the first one. This alone would be worth a tutorial or a draw along how to draw this hand. This is crazy, man. There are the knuckles, the other knuckles, and the other ones we don't see already. So there is a finger, I need to draw it like that. Cylinders, small cylinders. They are shortened so much. Is this working? Looks kinda crazy, but let's just go along with it. The next finger is way longer to be seen. It's not as foreshortened, which makes him easier to draw, I guess. Man, I'm struggling quite a bit. And then we have another finger coming out here, and the last one right there. Doesn't look too good, but let's just clean it up a bit and see if there are major mistakes somewhere. Well, at least this is a little bit too big, I guess. That looks stupid. Oh my! Let's do the face first. This is easier. This is a very cool mouth. He's like laughing a little bit. That's uncommon for superheroes. I like it. Superman needs to have this thing right here. Otherwise it's not the Superman. The ear is where it needs to be. He's looking directly at us. And there is the hairline, like that. He's done those very beautifully. It really looks like he's flying fast. That's pretty cool. Very well done. Okay, but still I think the chest is too small. Let's just try and make it bigger a bit. See if this works. I have to erase the wrong lines, because otherwise it's just a blur. I guess this is a bit better. Still not too happy with this one. Shoulder. Okay, but we might be getting there. Sorry if this takes a bit longer than anticipated, but this is crazy, guys. This is a crazy crazy gesture. I hope you try this out. I sincerely do. And tell me, did you work on our David Finch study? Did you do it a couple of times? Because that's very important with these videos. Do them a couple of times. You will learn a ton. Promised. Absolutely promised. But I think we are getting there. You can see sometimes it's just small adjustments and everything looks way better all of a sudden. needed a little bit of a bow right there, and this is also very nice toned muscle. We will just do the overall muscle forms because I don't want to go into the shading here. And still, I want to do those a little bit more properly. Okay, people, we didn't do the eyebrows. I still don't like this hand, but this is crazy, man. It's mostly the form of the tip of the fingers, I guess. I don't like it too much in the original drawing as well. I think it looks a little bit clumsy. Don't like this way of drawing fingers. But still, they are way better than I did them. I need to figure out how to draw them properly. But that's just the way it is, people. Sometimes it's very hard to figure everything out. But it's a great pose, and I hope yours looks better than mine. By the way, I retraced these a little bit off camera so you can see it properly now. I realized that they haven't been very good to see on camera. But now we will we will go on to the next one, which will be the Bane, the last one for today. Bane is a really cool character, and I wanted to do a really big one as well, like a Hulk-like character from Jim Lee. I will have troubles with this one because it's a different structure than I would usually do when doing a big character, an oversized one like the Hulk, or in this case the Bane, which is about the same body size, but I will try to make it work. You can see the shoulders are massive, like super massive, and yeah, on the other side it's like the shoulder and the chest muscle on the other side are like one on this side right here. Let me show you. Here's like the shoulder, really big, and it goes, well, there's our chest muscle and it goes into the shoulder right like that. It's a crazy look. Some artists do it like that. I don't like it that much, but still I want to try it out. It's a really big chest. Let's find the middle of the chest, because as you know, this line right here is not the middle of the chest, it's the middle of our upper body. The chest line would be here. The middle line of the front of the character. Let's just call it that. And there's the belt already. This is crazy. This is really crazy. It's fun. There's the big belt like that. And I already made a mistake, but that's the way it is. I still think it'll work. I want to get the essence of the drawing, and I think I might be able to do that still. Okay, there's the big head. I wanted to say those are very big, those neck muscles, and they will make the head look even smaller. And the size of the head, by the way, is the most important thing in on a character like this, where you can define how big and how muscular he is. You can see this is a really muscular dude now. Let me just get rid of some of those help lines, because otherwise it's getting too fuzzy. But when I do the head a little bit bigger, like that, big difference. He's getting way smaller, and you can do that as you like. It's not very important. Even if you're redrawing this, I think you should do it as you see fit. Stomach muscles, only one row because the third row is concealed from the belt. There we have some of these. And you can see, like I said already, it's a bit different. On Jim Lee's drawing, you cannot see this part at all. He even did a bigger arm, which should be ending here, but I don't know. I did something different, so I'll stick with that. I don't think it's necessary to. It's not necessary to do everything exactly as it is, and if you are able to capture the essence, that's enough. If you want to have it exactly like it is, and you're in a situation like I am where it isn't exactly the same, just go ahead and erase this area and do it again. Okay, here are the fingers. I'm getting really hungry. I need to move on. I would need some sugar in my blood. I can feel the blood sugar is low. But I will push through. I want to finish this. I want to finish this video properly. So, there is a leg, which isn't too big actually. What's interesting, but it works. Definitely works. Can you see it? Okay. Always need to make sure that you guys can see everything properly. So, do you have any New Year's resolutions? You know what I mean? Where you say, I'll do this and that, and then don't do it. Mine's the same as always. I want to make sure to spend enough time with my family. I want to make sure to grow my channel, my YouTube channel, as well as my Instagram channel. Like I told you earlier, mostly Instagram this year. And what else? I want to make sure to work out enough every other day a little bit, just to stay fit. This looks so small, but I guess it belongs like that. This is too long. Yeah, and I want to improve. Mostly, I want to improve my work as an artist. Okay, this is the other hand, about that. And you can see already I messed it up. I messed it up so much that I have to erase it because it's the forearm is more foreshortened and it ends below the other arm, which is my landmark now because I already drew it. It should end somewhere here. Oh, I wasn't off too much. It was looking worse before, but still, I don't want to mess this part up too much. Maybe even a bigger fist. Okay, there's the thumb. The thumb and all the fingers, the knuckles. You can see I need something in my belly. I'm too hungry. That really is an issue. But don't eat too much though as well. If you eat too much, that's even worse, because then you are getting tired all the time. Okay, I will also erase these wrong lines, a little bit of the help lines, just so you can see them, but they are not disturbing us. And you can see how crazy this is. There's a big muscle from the shoulder, and usually it would be something like that, but he doesn't draw this in this case. It's just one big bulk of muscles. It's actually it's cool, but still I prefer it the other way. Okay, we also need to define the collarbones. They are right here. And of course we want to draw in the head a little bit. I know it's mostly about the gesture on these, but still it's great to draw in the head and practice this as well. I don't practice heads enough. So here we go. There's the ear. And it's from 2018. It's interesting. It looks so retro, but it's a cool drawing. He did it for Brian Best, Jim Lee, and oh, it's inked by Williams. Just recognized that. Cool. I guess this was a convention thing or something like that, where someone, well, in this case Brian, went to Jim Lee and said, I want you to draw Bane. It was 2018, so I guess he said, here are $1,500. Nowadays it would be even more, I guess. I don't know. Don't take that for granted. I have actually no idea, but it's just an assumption. I hope it's at least that much. He deserves that. Such a great artist. He needs to get paid properly. Okay. And I guess that's all we need to know. That's all we need to do to capture the essence of this Bane. I would like to do, if I would draw him myself, I would do his big muscles right here. Something like that. Yeah, but still I need to change one thing. This leg is definitely too short, but I wanted it to be on camera before, so that's actually very stupid. But the lower leg needs to be like this, I guess. Even longer. Yeah, that's better. Okay, people, that's Bane. And the last of our today's kind of study stream, Jim Lee studies. Back to me.
Okay guys, that was it for today's video. I hope you have been able to draw along. I hope you learned as much as I did. And now I want you to go and check out my Instagram channel. You will find a lot of drawings there and also some tutorials. So make sure you don't miss out on those. And also, if you're new to YouTube, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification bell so you won't miss out on any of my future videos. And now I want you to go and watch this video. That's where we do a study stream from David Finch, similar to the one from today. If you did it already, do it again. Really, I promise you, you will improve so much. And if you have done it a few times, you will have improved so much more. So just do it again. See you there.